the relationship between content marketing and PR.
Yes.
And as a content marketing person, if you've had experience where content and marketing have worked together, whether it's strategically or distribution, and
Yes.
how that relationship has taken place.
All of the above. So the relationship between content marketing and PR for me is that PR is one piece of content marketing. So when I do my content marketing strategy, I look at where PR fits into it. So we're a global technology company. We have offices in Europe, Hong Kong, and the US. So I have to take that into consideration and when I'm doing press. And the agency that I use is in the UK, and I use a writer in the US. So we have to collaborate and work together. So we'll look at our projects. For example, in technology, you have product launches. So not all product launches need a press release. So you have to always consider that. Sometimes you'll have product releases that need social media. So we always look at, when we have this particular project, where does PR fit into the mix of it?
And in order for that alignment to take place, do you guys have a consolidated calendar? Do you have meetings? Like, what's process and what process do you have in place to make sure that everyone's messages and calendars are aligned?
Well, the process is I'm the central point. So I have weekly calls with my content marketing agency, and we have a lot of communication in between. The agency is very metrics driven, which is really important to me. I measure the ROI of all of my content, including press, as much as I can. It's a little bit harder for press. I think it's one of the hardest pieces of content to measure. But I do make that attempt. So I have the weekly calls with my writer and with the agency and with all the stakeholders in my organization. And we do a content calendar, and we try to plan out as much as we can. Again, being a global technology company, you might have the calendar planned out, but it could totally change a month out. So you have the plan, but you're constantly having to update the plan.
And has it always been the case that content and PR have been so closely aligned in your organization?
Well, prior to me,
Yeah.
I have a big background of B2B and B2C marketing. And at one point there was, okay, we're doing PR, we're doing press. And I kind of stepped in and said, no, press is great. It's very important, but it's one part of the whole content marketing mix. And then I drew the content marketing funnel, thought leadership, moving. This is the content used for thought leadership, bring people in the funnel. Here's the content you use to nurture them down. Here's the content that provide sales to take them in and close the deal. So prior to that, I think there was more of a disconnect. But right now, it's very collaborative. And like I said, I have several stakeholders in my organization. I'm the center point, but I'll have them help with press releases. I try to get my product experts involved and things like that. But I think if you're doing a strategy, a content marketing strategy, and you're trying to integrate press as well as any other type of content, there has to be a center point. That calendar owner, and when something new pops up, that person has to say, this is great, but this is where this fits in to everything else. Sometimes your CEO might have different initiatives than your head of product, than your head of technology. So you have to have that person that's going to say, or make sure the stakeholders are all happy with where we are.
Right, because sometimes PR and content don't line up and report up to the same person.
Yes. So in my case, I have all marketing. So I have the CRM, I have PR, I have content, I have all the collateral production. So in a way, it's a blessing. But as you can imagine, my life is very busy.
Yeah.
But you're right. I think years ago, because I've been in marketing for a while, years ago, PR was looked at separately. But really, when you have to take a holistic approach to content marketing, each content has a different place in the whole cycle, the whole sales cycle, and you have to look at all the pieces. And they have to work together. You can't do them in isolation or you don't have a good content strategy, my opinion.
Perfect. That's perfect. That's a lot of great